Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft and I'll mock it, give you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a good one for you today as we travel to CBS. Take a look at Chris Trapasso's 2-round mock draft. So it's going to be a lot. So let's go ahead, get into this sucker. Start it at number 1 as he's got Caleb Williams going to the Bears. I don't want to speak this one to death. For a lot of people, this seems like the most reasonable pick. Caleb Williams. Really good quarterback prospect. Probably the best quarterback prospect we have seen since, let's say, Trevor Lawrence being at least the most recent. You can go further back. It really depends on how much you like Caleb Williams. I wonder if this will include a Justin Fields trade. I'm just going to mention that. Haven't looked at the mock draft yet, but I wonder if trades are going to be involved. Something to keep our eye out for. The Washington Commanders, they're going to go with Jaden Daniels. So we've seen this a little bit where the Commanders go with Jaden Daniels over Drake May. I think Drake May, for me at least, is, I would say he's a little, I think there's a gap between May, who's just been, he's a premier prospect. I don't think he's like right up there with Caleb Williams, but I think he's a little bit closer to Williams than he would be to Daniels. Daniels is good in his own right. I think he's worth a top 10 pick, but I get it. I guess you're kind of chasing the dynamicness of Daniels, but May is dynamic in his own right. That dude, that white boy can run. I'm just gonna say that. Let's go ahead to pick 3. The Patriots, they go Marvin Harrison Jr. I think I'd go Drake May here, but it is what it is. The Patriots, they could just opt to, rather than going for a quarterback, going for the top prospect in the class, being Marvin Harrison Jr. He is that good, so I'm not going to fault them for it. This could also be a trade down spot, but again, don't know if trades are involved. Let's see what the Cardinals do, because now with Drake May on the board, I feel like if this is a draft with trades, or a mock draft with trades, then you should see a trade up fairly soon. Okay, we got, what? Dallas Turner. Okay, let's stop this sucker real quick. Dallas Turner going to the Cardinals here. I know the Cardinals are thirsty for some defense, but I would take Malik Neighbors. I would take Joel. Shoot, I would take Olufashanu. I would take stinking Drake May here before I think I would take an edge prospect if I were the Cardinals. Like, at 4, it's just too rich. It's just too rich. I get people like Dallas Turner, but I think there are like 7 or 8 offensive prospects that are better than any of the defensive prospects we have in this class. So this is a little jarring. This is a little surprising. The Chargers, they go with Brock Bowers. I've kind of fallen out of love with Brock Bowers' pick potentially to the Chargers. I'd rather go wide receiver. I'd rather go offensive tackle, 2 more valuable positions. We saw last time what happened when a tight end went inside the top 10 with Kyle Pitts. Hasn't been great. But, I love Brock Bowers, but he is a tight end. You could get a lot of production from him. You get a lot of value, but at the end of the day, it's not like you're molding your wide receiver core around your tight end unless, you're the Chiefs. Because in that instance, you don't have very good receivers, which is not good. But I don't know. I would swing for the more valuable position here in the top, at the very least, the top 5. I think outside of that, then it's all right to think about a Brock Bowers. The Giants, they snag Drake May here. If him or Jaden Daniels are here, I think I'd probably send it. Brian Daboll, I gotta imagine another down year, and he's probably on the hot seat. And then at that point, you draft a rookie quarterback, which you're probably not going to be good then for that year. And I think it's very likely at that point, okay, well, Daboll, you're probably going to get moved on from. Because that's just now 3 back-to-back poorish seasons. So if you can, I'd be willing to just go ahead and get the rookie quarterback right now. And hopefully, I think likely he beats out Danny Dimes, and you could just kind of skip a year rather than, oh, we're going to ride it out with Danny Dimes this next season. Then we'll draft our quarterback, and you'll probably be bad that year. And it's like at that point, you probably lost your job. So let's just cut to the chase. Joe Alt, going to the Titans. Great pick. Their offensive line's bad. Alt, he's OT1. We got Malik Neighbors making it here to the Falcons now that we have all three quarterbacks off the board. Phenomenal pickup. I think it's very sexy. I really do. You get a Malik Neighbors, pair him up with Drake London. You still got Kyle Pitts up in there. So obviously you're going to have to find a quarterback via a trade. But I think that's A-okay. I really love the weapons they got a cooking, they got a brewing here. Real quick, let's talk about today's sponsor, Aura. Y'all already know data brokers are out there selling your information to scammers, spammers, and everyone in between. They're selling your name, your email address, your home address, your health records, and even the information of your loved ones. I was shocked to see how many data brokers had my information. Y'all remember that meme? They're coming for everybody. So hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband. Well, Aura does just that. They have features such as antivirus, VPN, password management, which was huge for me, parental controls, which I love as a parent, identity theft insurance, and so much more. And they do it all from one app. It's really cheap as well for all that they provide, but you could try it for free for 14 days if you use the link in the description. So check it out. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but it also supports you, the viewer. I picked 9, Rome Odunze, going to the Chicago Bears. I like this pick. I love if normally, like sometimes in my mocks, I'll have Rome Odunze there at 9, and I love taking them there. Just you get to pair them up with DJ Moore. You already got your new franchise signal caller, and you're giving them 2 phenomenal weapons. It's just a great place to be in. The Jets, they go Olu Fashanu. Their offensive line's bad, and they would love to add some high-end talent to that offensive line. Especially if you're trying to protect Aaron Rodgers, who played all of 4 snaps for you last season. Got JJ McCarthy going to the Vikings. And I would like in this scenario that they re-sign Kirk Cousins. Because JJ, I don't want to see JJ start right away. I really don't. You get him to sit behind and learn from, Kirk Cousins, who's one of the best students of the game. A guy that was like, yeah, I don't have tools like all these other guys, I can't create with my legs. I have honestly, yeah, it's a good arm, but it's not like, we're not talking like a 9 or a 10 when it comes to arm talent. So a guy that really had to like, all right, I gotta just tighten up my game and get better in areas that I can, So he's done a phenomenal job. There's a big reason why Kirk Cousins has had such longevity since moving here to the Minnesota Vikings. But now he gets to teach that heir apparent, pass down those great traits. I like it. Those great learning ability. Denver Broncos, they go Terrion Arnold. I do like the idea of, pairing up Patrick Surtain with a very solid cornerback 2. Oh, hey, Gojo. Very solid cornerback 2, and then you got McMillan there inside on the slot. I think that's pretty nice. Let's keep this sucker moving. We got Kool-Aid McKinstry going to, they renamed the Las Vegas Raiders apparently to the Alabama Crimson Tide. How convenient. So Kool-Aid, it's nice to see Kool-Aid go high in a mock draft. That's not my own. I'm a big fan of Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's I think phenomenal prospect, but you might get kind of like people look at maybe some of the production because teams just don't throw Kool-Aid's way, or maybe look at some of the athletic traits because there's gonna be guys like Terrion Arnold and Nate Wiggins who will probably test out better than Kool-Aid McKinstry. The Raiders, they get a top corner here. I like that. They already you had a phenomenal year from Jack Jones. You got Nate Hobbs in there. Just keep adding talent and competition and depth to the position. New Orleans Saints, they go J.C. Latham. Yes, tackle. They need tackles. Trevor Penning didn't have a great year. I mean, he was benched. So, I mean, yeah, pretty bad. And I don't want to say that, they're giving up on him initially, because it looks very likely that they might need a right tackle, because Ryan Ramczyk, you don't know what his playing future looks like currently. Hopefully we'll find that out, prior to free agency or during that period, or before the draft at the very least, knowing, hey, this is a guy that, we know will have long-term, at least for the next few seasons. Indianapolis Colts, they go Liatu Latu. It's an interesting one. I haven't really seen him go edge. And I don't mind it, man. Quiddy Pay's been fine. Who they got? Ibuka Kim, who's been actually fairly solid for them. Deo Odenigbo is pretty good, as he's a little bit versatile. A guy inside that rotation. But hey, if you're looking for that technician or another guy that maybe could take you over that hump when it comes to pressure, because if you're unfamiliar with Gus Bradley's scheme, he doesn't blitz a lot. Hardly at all, some would say. So you need to have very good pass rushers. So it's never the wrong answer. You already have 2 corners off the board, but I would still think I'd want to take a swing there. Pick 16, we got Nate Wiggins. Okay, going to the Seahawks. Okay, let's read this one. While we don't have Pete Carroll in Seattle anymore, new head coach Mike Macdonald, there is an A in McDonald's, sir. Come on. May very well prioritize adding quality corners to his roster, and Wiggins is lawn and athletic type. So, I mean, they got Trey Brown's been fun there. He was solid this past year. Like, Reek Walling kind of had a down year, but you know what he's capable of. You also obviously have Devon Witherspoon. So it's not necessarily, it's kind of like keeping what you want a strength. I don't know. This one's fairly interesting. You're gonna have to let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I don't hate it just because of the talent, the value of the position, but I don't know if I love it. But hey, if you want to know more about these prospects, I got good news. I got a draft guide. Here's a nice little commercial for it. Listen, I know you love the NFL draft as much as I do, and you're going to want a nice hefty watch list of players during this college football season. Well, go ahead, check out my draft guide. You can purchase it for only $30 by Venmoing or PayPaling me. Links in the description. It's a one-time payment, and you get it for this whole draft cycle and forever and always. Technically, it's a Google spreadsheet. So send me your email when you send the payment. I'll get you hooked up. You will see my current prospect rankings and big board, my full evals. And guess what? It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So it's a great purchase, and it's a great way to support the channel. Pick 17, Byron Murphy going to the Jags. I haven't seen this one before, but I like that. Getting some pass rush on that interior. I don't mind it one bit. Some of my favorite, like, I guess you would say, players to draft here probably be guys like Quinyon Mitchell and Brian Thomas, but it's kind of fun seeing Murphy here. Really is. Okay, we got, speaking of which, Brian Thomas going to the Cincinnati Bengals. T. Higgins, they're gonna have to figure out, is he gonna be the long-term plan there? Are they gonna franchise tag him? Are they gonna trade him? Are they gonna let him just test free agency? They gotta answer all these questions, which we'll get answers to prior to free agency. We'll find out, I think, later this week, right? I think the timeline for franchise tags need to be decided by, maybe it's by Tuesday, next Tuesday. I don't know. I could Google it. I'll probably Google it after. But, I mean, receiver can be in play. I do like maybe going with a tackle here, because obviously this is a team that desperately needs a right tackle. So, like, you could make a great case for Amarius Mims, Tyler Guyton. I think Talanoa Fuaga's still on the board. I think that would be an also really good answer there. So yeah, I kind of lean offensive line. Quinyon Mitchell going to the Rams. They got a cornerback need. Say, okay, it's a good pick, good value. Rams could go a lot of different directions here. Teleniso Fuaga making it to the Steelers. It's a phenomenal pick. They get to just plug and play him at right tackle. You move Roderick Jones over to left, and you're feeling much better about your offensive line. Just got to figure out what you do in there at center, but I like that. Let's see what offensive lineman the Dolphins pick, please. It's Jackson Powers Johnson. This is my wet dream. Connor Williams, he's going to be a free agent, but he's also coming off the ACL injury. I would love if we could get Jackson Powers Johnson. I think he is plug and play. Even if we, he could play guard, he could play center. Fun fact, we need all three of those positions, possibly a left tackle of the future there. Don't know if Armstead's going to retire this year, but he's always missing games anyway. But I love it. I love it. As a Dolphins fan, I love it. Philadelphia Eagles, they go Chop Robinson. Okay, I think Chop's going to have a nice little rise after he tests out at the combine. I think, you know that saying, out of sight, out of mind. That's kind of what Chop Robinson has been since the season ended. Everyone's kind of coming off that Shrine Bowl, Senior Bowl hype. And now it's time for us to get to the combine hype, where these guys just test out of their minds. And I think Robinson will be that guy that just tests incredibly well. AD Mitchell going to the Texans. Texans fans don't want a wide receiver. I don't get that. Why wouldn't you want to gift your new franchise quarterback just more weapons? Not like, let's not pretend like injuries weren't a thing at the wide receiver position for the Texans. So yeah, AD Mitchell will be nice. Very good route runner, good vertical threat as well. Do feel like sometimes he takes plays off when he knows the play's not coming his way. But that's kind of a nitpick, man. I think he deserves to be in this like fringe first round conversation. Dallas Cowboys, they go with Jared Verse. Forgot he was on the board. Wow. I mean, at this point, just the value's too good. I don't care if it's like, oh man, the Cowboys don't necessarily need an edge rusher. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of cool with it. The value's there. Just go ahead and take it. And he mentions here DeMarcus Lawrence's age. He's getting up there. Sam Williams has had problems with the coaching staff at times, being a little frustrated about his playing time. Dorrance Armstrong's a free agent, so we'll see. Like, you could really talk me into like edge being a big need for the Cowboys. And then Troy Fautanu going to the Packers. I don't mind this. Like, immediately start him at guard. Runyon's a free agent. Makes sense to me. A lot of people really are really high on him. I'm not like top 20 high on Fautanu, but I think he could be sneaky good to grab at the back end of the first round. I'm kind of curious where he will go, but quality prospect, man. Quality prospect. Marius Mims going to the Buccaneers. That's interesting. I thought Luke Goedeke did all right this year at right tackle. He had a terrible rookie year at guard, moved him back to right tackle, and he was relatively solid. I mean, I guess the value is right there in your face. You get this amazing athlete, very similar to what happened like Tristan Wirfs. You snag this nasty athlete with a lot of power at the tackle position, and works out well for y'all. Could do the same thing with Mims. It is a position of value. Maybe you want to give Goedeke another ride at guard. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but not against it. Not against it. All right. I'm going to make a statement here. Nix goes to the Cardinals. I think Trapasso, the guy who did this mock draft, hates the Cardinals. I'm just going to go out and say it. And I love Bo Nix. But he took Dallas Turner at 4? Like 2? Like... Okay, let's read this. The blurb says, the Cardinals aren't ready to move on from Kyler Murray, but Nix represents good value here, if nothing else, and beyond the fact that he's a quarterback. What? I love CBS mock drafts, man. They're always so fun. They are so fun. No, like, he represents good value, yeah, but you're moving on from Kyler Murray if you're drafting a quarterback in the first round. Sorry. That's basically what you're saying. Oh, man, you might as well took Drake May at 4. All right, all right. We got Troy Franklin going to the Bills. I like Franklin. I know some people are going to criticize him for this past season where, he had more drops. The contested catch wasn't good. It was like a big reversal from what it was in 2022. And that's what I said. That's what I would say. It's like, yeah, okay, but he was really good at those things in 2022, so I don't think I'm as worried going into his like draft eval. But I thought he got better as a route runner this season. A guy that really does a good job of working leverage, understanding leverage, and being able to get open quickly. And they do need to replace Gabe Davis. Cooper DeJean going to the Lions. How fun would Branch and DeJean be in the Lions secondary? It'd be very fun, man. I love that. But yeah, you're grabbing them as a corner. That would be fun, man. They need cornerback help. Makes sense. Kamari Lassiter going to the Ravens. They could definitely use another corner, like a corner two. They've had a couple of guys kind of run through that, like Rocky Sin, Ronald Darby, Brandon Stevens, who honestly good corner three for the team, but I wouldn't say like surefire starter. I wouldn't say that. So you probably want to look for that guy next to Marlon Humphrey, who, hey, fun fact, was banged up this past season. So yeah, I'm not against them going with the corner position. It's nice to see actually Kamari Lassiter go in the back end of a couple of these these mock drafts. So makes me happy. Kingsley Suamatea going to the Niners. Could be their future plan at tackle. You could play him at right tackle. You could play him at either guard spot. In my opinion, I like that. Some people might be a bit lower on him because they see him maybe a little bit more as a project. Yeah, like sometimes, I feel like his feet aren't always great. Obviously, the hand placement can use a lot of work, but he's a guy that has the tools, has the length, has the power. So I'm okay with that at the back end of the first round. Ladd McConkey, let's go. It's Ladd McConkey season, everybody. Going to the Chiefs. Oh, man. Honestly, the Chiefs, I think they would love a guy like this. Come in and just be able to get open quickly, win vertically. That's hella fun. That's hella fun. I'm very interested to see how he tests out because I think he's a really good athlete too. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. What are some of your favorite comps for Ladd McConkey? I can't wait to see. Oh, Hunter Renfrow, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan. Can't wait for that. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, my when I go to do my comps, I'm gonna make it a point to where my comp is not gonna be another white receiver for Ladd McConkey. Fortunately for Cooper DeJean, I don't have a white corner to pick from. All right, let's do this second round two. But first, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content as always. Let me know what you think in the comment section below where we have that nice, beautiful football discourse. Let's go ahead and run through this second round. Carolina Panthers grab a tackle. Why? You're probably playing him at guard early then in Jordan Morgan. Like, I don't love this pick. Just send it with wide receiver. Get a wide receiver here. Or an edge player. I think those are like the big two options for the Panthers there at the back end of the first. Tyler Guyton, go to the New England Patriots. Feels like there was some of these tackles he really wanted to include in the first round, so he's got to force them here in the second. Though it would make sense for the Patriots as they would get they have a tackle issue. Arizona Cardinals, they go Keon Coleman, and yeah, that's fine. I feel like I don't know. I'm really down on this Arizona draft. I don't think Trapasso gave us his best. Xavier Leggett going to the Commanders. Don't feel like they should go wide receiver, but I mean, we did see some of the top tackles come off the board. Do you force it here? I'm trying to think what tackles are left. We saw Mims go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, actually, all the tackles might be gone at this point, so maybe you just go edge. Who are the edges? We got like Braylon Trice, Darius Robinson still available. I'm a big fan of Marshawn Nealand. So yeah, a little bit interesting. You got Cameron Kitchens going to the Chargers. It's just honestly a safety they don't. In terms of types, it's not a type of safety they currently have on the roster. Drazon Newton going to the Titans. That's fun. That's fun. I mean, the value is just great at that point, so I ain't mad at it. Graham Barton, one of my favorite players to mock to the Giants, going here at 39. The guy that'll probably play guard for them, as John Michael Schmitz will play center. Like that pick. Trey Benson going to the Commanders. I wouldn't send it with a running back. Commanders swing on more valuable positions. I don't like it. And I love Trey Benson. Darius Robinson going to the Packers. That's actually a really fun fit. Don't mind that. But I feel like they're kind of stuffed with very good young defensive line talent. You got Chris Braswell going to the Vikings. The Vikings did go J.J. McCarthy in the first round. So grabbing an edge here makes a ton of sense. Michael Penix going to the Falcons, so they end up getting their quarterback of the future. By the way, no trades. Just kind of realized that no trades in this mock draft. We see the Raiders. They go Zach Frazier. Andre James is a free agent for the Raiders, so them going center would make sense. Jalen Polk, wide receiver for the Saints. Maybe this at this point. I mean, it's good value for Polk. I think this is about his range, so not against it. I like it. I mean, suddenly your wide receiver core is just, I say suddenly, but I mean, already they had a really good duo there. Now you have 3 very good wide receivers. Xavier Worthy going to the Colts, so they get that vertical speedster with much better stop-start ability than Alec Pierce, who's more of a big body vertical speedster. Brandon Dorlus, man. Brandon Dorlus fell down my board a little bit, man. Didn't expect him to come in at 271 there at the Senior Bowl. Don't know why. Didn't like that one bit, but he's going to the Giants here. Probably be the Leonard Williams replacement. You got Christian Haynes. Can play center, can play guard. Fun fact, the Jags could use both, so I'm okay with that. Michael Hall, Bengals. Okay, cool. They get a penetrator there on the interior, but I still feel like if I'm the Bengals, I want a guy that's closer to 300 pounds because your big boy, DJ Reader, is a free agent. Ennis Rakestraw Jr. going to the Eagles, so they double dipped, right? No, the Eagles grabbed Chop Robinson, right? Can't remember now. Now I went too far. What did the Eagles grab? Yeah, they took Chop. Okay. It's kind of fun. Man, I didn't really even talk about the Eagles taking Chop. I just talked about Chop Robinson. Whoopsies. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Them taking Chop. I mean, you got Brandon Graham, free agent. Get that deep rotation, I guess. Kind of is what it is. But hey, they get Ennis Rakestraw. They end up getting 2 very highly regarded players. You got Edwin Cooper going to the Steelers. They love athletic linebackers. They just have been unable to get a solid linebacker there. So hoping Cooper could be that guy. Jatavion Sanders going to the Rams. Some people are like, well, they got Tyler Higbee. Higbee's very, very vanilla. Higbee was banged up last year. So going with Sanders isn't a bad idea. You like him at this price. Devontae Walker going to the Eagles here. I don't think Eagles probably go wide receiver early. I don't think they do that. Walker, I think, is going to go to the combine. He's going to help kind of like get back some of that draft stock he lost at the Senior Bowl. I still think he's a quality player, man. I really, really do. The Senior Bowl did him no favors. Maybe get back into that second and third round conversation. For me, I kind of have him at the beginning of the 4th right now. Ricky Pearsall, I'm a huge fan of Ricky Pearsall. They get a fabulous route runner here. Cleveland Browns, Tyler Nubin. Going to the Dolphins, Deshaun Elliott is a free agent, so probably be looking for that safety to play next to Holland. If you're saying Brandon Jones, stop it. All right, we got Jeremiah Trotter going to the Cowboys. They could go linebacker. Keep in mind, DeMarvion Overshown, someone that, yeah, probably guy that needs more developed, but he missed all of last year with, I think it was an ACL injury. Can't remember, but they do have some guys there at linebacker. You could probably swing on a more valuable position if you want to. Chris Jenkins going to the Bucks. That's what the Buccaneers need, more run defense? Okay. You got Caleb Bullock going to the Packers. They could use safety help. He is a safety. T'Vondre Sweat going to the Texans. Fabulous value at this point. Get that big, meaty boy. DeMeco Ryans, if he loves... I don't think he loves anything as much as he loves stopping the run. Sweat does that. Braylon Trice going to the Bills is a really good value for him. I like him there. Lions get Jonah Ellis. So they grab another edge, or they grab an edge rusher there, which is pretty solid. Get a guy that can pair up with, or you could pair across Aiden Hutchinson with. So I kind of like that. You got Kieran Amagaji, a guy that probably does need to develop. Remember, coming from Yale, Ivy League, doesn't typically push out a lot of NFL talent. Sorry, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Gotta give a shout out to Boye Oluokun, linebacker for the Jags. I think he was a former Yale safety. I think it was Yale. Don't quote me. Let me know in the comment section below. But Ravens get to develop a guy. Stanley just can't stay healthy, and Morgan Moses is old. Kalen King going to the Niners. I don't mind them swinging on a cornerback too to play next to Ward, or at least someone that could compete for it. Keen's 2022 tape, yes, phenomenal. Not like his 2023 tape, not great. Senior Bowl, not great. I think he probably falls a little bit further from here. And then TJ Tampa, I'm a big fan of that. Kansas City Chiefs, they love big long corners. That's why they drafted, Joshua Williams a couple of years ago. So yeah, maybe they go with that with L'Jarius Sneed, a pending free agent. But that's it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we have that nice, beautiful football discourse. I will have a 7-round mock draft out for y'all manana. So until then, be easy, my friends. Later.